Welcome to Connecticut Health and Wellness Practitioners YouTube channel. I'm passionate about bringing you great practitioners and educating and promoting health and wellness throughout the state of Connecticut and well beyond. In this video, we're going to be hearing from Kelvin Young and learning about his journey, his beautiful journey of recovery from drug addict to sound healer.
Hello, my name is Kelvin Young and I'm a sound healer, and I have opportunities to do group and individual sound healing sessions to people from all walks of life, which it brings me honor to do that. But one of the most important things for me is that I'm also a person that's in long-term recovery, which means I haven't used alcohol or any other drug to deal with my emotional distress since March 6, 2009. And after many years of battling with depression, anxiety, and drug addiction, I began my healing journey in a drug treatment program within prison. And it was within this prison program that I learned about the transformative powers of meditation and sound healing and yoga, even creative expressive arts like poetry and journaling. And I had a lot of misconceptions about yoga, about meditation, about sound healing, because quite frankly, I didn't see a lot of people that looked like me practicing these modalities, so I didn't think it was for me. But I know the things I was doing prior to going to prison, it wasn't working for me no more, so I had to try something new and different. And by stepping out of my comfort zone and utilizing meditation and sound healing as a vehicle to go within, and I truly do believe that healing begins from within, I was able to find a sense of calmness and inner peace, even being in a very hostile and restrictive environment such as prison. But most importantly, I was able to understand the root causes of my experiences with addiction. And from my lived experience, I learned that it was the unhealed, unprocessed emotional pain, the unprocessed trauma that I endured in my life, and the toxic chronic stress was at the root of my addiction. So I was reaching for something outside of myself to find a sense of relief from that distress. And I found it in alcohol and marijuana and cocaine and heroin and prescription opiates. And it worked for a while until it didn't work, and I got caught up in that very vicious cycle of addiction. And that was a very powerful learning experience for me. And I can sit here today and talk to you and say that I'm grateful for my experiences being incarcerated and grateful for my experiences with addiction, because if it wasn't for those experiences, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. And I'd love to share a poem that I wrote while I was in the drug treatment program that was very therapeutic for me, because I was able to go within and connect to those raw human emotions that I suppress and repress for whatever reason. And meditation with sound, it was that great anchor for me to connect to those raw human emotions. And the name of the poem is called Eyes of a Silent Sun. Look into my eyes and tell me what you see. Is it a lost soul with no control, trying to be free? As I look into the mirror and stare into my eyes, I see all the anger and self-hate, hypocrisy and lies. I see resentment, frustration, embarrassment, and pain. I see jail bars and fancy cars as I cruise down memory lane. I see the feelings I repressed, going back to childhood. I need to let go of those feelings. I would if I could. I see the hurt that I caused to the ones I love the most. I see my brother on his wedding day as we celebrate with a toast. I see the good and bad times that I experienced in my life, but it's so hard to let go of all that bitterness and strife. There's a sense of sadness when you look into my eyes, like the ones you see when a close relative dies. But this death is not physical, it has to do with the soul. It's that morbid feeling we get when our spiritual energy is low. It's like nothing matters anymore, like that day when I was fired, feeling depressed and weak, can't sleep but I'm so tired. I'm tired of all the pain, the hurt, and the rain, from that cloud that keeps following me. Sometimes I think I'm insane. But when I look out the window and see the beauty of the lake, it reminds me of good times, like when I was 9 and things were fine. And with the sunrise, I can feel the presence of the Creator. When I look out my window, I see me in the beauty of nature. I'm a part of God's creation, nature, and humanity. The loving spirit that's in Jesus is also in me. So I learned to love myself and others just for who we are. And I learned all about this love looking out my windows with jail bars. And for me, I learned about love in a very unusual place, in prison, behind bars. And it was when I learned about meditation and sound healing and allow for these different modalities to allow me to go within and connect to the shame and guilt that often keep people like myself in that very vicious cycle of addiction. And once I was able to move past the shame and the guilt, I was able to connect to the true essence of who I am and the true essence I believe that each and every one of you are. And that essence I'm talking about is that unconditional agape love. Now, love to me is more than a human emotion. I believe that love is a vibration, it's a frequency, it's our natural state of being. So once I was able to really grasp and understand that the same loving divine essence that created the sun, the moon, the stars, all the beauty of nature, created me, created you, created everyone, that helped me to shift my mentality from a victim mentality. Oh, I'm an addict, I'm an alcoholic, I'm a convicted felon, I'm a high school dropout, more to an empowered mentality. That I'm a person that's in recovery from alcohol and other drugs. And then when I go even deeper, I realize that I'm a spiritual human being having an experience in this journey that we call life. And I truly do believe that life is about learning, growing, and evolving. I learned from my so-called negative experiences in my life, and I've grown from the knowledge I obtained from them. And that knowledge allowed my consciousness to evolve. So as a result, I became more consciously aware of the choices I make in my life. And today I sustain my health and my recovery by eating a plant-based diet, because I believe what we consume in our body does affect our mental, emotional, and spiritual, as well as our physical well-being. I practice sound healing on a consistent basis. Sound has been that tool, that anchor for me to keep me in the present moment. And not only with sound with the Himalayan bowls or the crystal singing bowls, but also with humming and toning. Listening to uplifting and relaxing music, it really helps me to bring me to a very calm and relaxed state when I'm feeling overwhelmed and stressed out. Different type of body movement, whether it's going for a walk in nature, spending quality time with my family, practicing qigong or tai chi, different types of body movement like ecstatic dance. I love ecstatic dance as well, and really building healthy relationships with my family and loved ones as well, because I truly do believe that connection is the cure for feelings of isolation and loneliness and depression and any other type of emotional distresses that we experience in our lives. My first sound healing experience was at the Conduit Center. Just the one word that described how I felt, being bathed by the gong and the vibrations from the crystal bowls and the Himalayan bowls. The one word that can describe that experience was love. It was that unconditional agape love, the sense of oneness with all that is. And when I was in prison, I listened to different sounds on my headphones, different soundscapes and ambient music. But when I experienced the vibrations live, not only I was able to hear the sounds, but I was able to feel the vibrations. And I fell in love with sound healing from there. Then I had opportunities to be a founder member of Toivo, which is a holistic healing center in Hartford, Connecticut, and had an opportunity to go to different trainings on sound therapy. I was taught and learned that sound healing is the intentional use of sound to create an environment which becomes the catalyst for our healing. So during a sound healing sessions, I used the crystal singing bowls and the Himalayan bowls and the ocean drum and the gong and the different other healing tools I have here to help us to activate and stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, to help us to calm our minds, to relax our bodies, to feel our emotions, and to nourish our souls. It promotes healing from chronic stress, muscle tension, physical pain that we have in our bodies, feelings of anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress, sleep issues, and different other stress-related health conditions that we experience in our life. And we're in a relaxed state. Our bodies have a natural, innate ability to heal itself. So one of my responsibilities is to really allow people to unplug from the different electronic devices that they have to carry around 24/7 oftentimes, and just really simply just be. Connect with their bodies, connect with their minds, connect with their thoughts, but not become their thoughts. Allow themselves to just really simply just be in the present moment. And like I said earlier, sound is that anchor to truly keep us in the present moment, because I truly do believe that the only time that we truly have in this human experience is now.